About 20 years ago or more, the idea began to insist upon itself in my head that Stanford had an obligation to become the leading place for research and teaching about the region that we're in, the Great American West.
We feel that the undergraduates are the people that are someday going to be the leaders in the West, and that Stanford students, if they understand what these issues are, will have a real jump on being able to make a difference out there. The American West class is a very unusual class. It has 5 professors from 5 different fields, ranging from hydrology and political science and history to art history and literature.
We all took the pledge that all 5 of us would be in the classroom every class session, so it's not just a series of guest lecturers.
I had never been in a class that had been taught by so many different professors from so many different fields, and what I really like is that a lot of these professors blend in things from their subfields really masterfully.
We just finished offering it for the 4th time, and we have well over 100 undergraduates every year, as well as 20, 30, 40 people from the surrounding community.
I wish other classes at Stanford just adopted this model.
Another type of program we have are courses that take people out into the West. Sophomore College classes, where we take students after a few days of instruction out into the field to observe energy sites, water sites, to talk to government officials.
So I went on the Native American Resource Challenges Sophomore College with Professor Kane and Professor Thompson.
On the Blackfeet Reservation in Montana, tribal leaders talked about their land buyback program. Much of their land is checkerboarded, which means the ownership and governance is fragmented among many, many people. This creates a real problem for economic development. We learned about how now, with billions of dollars from the federal government, tribal governments can consolidate their lands and encourage investment.
We were given a lot of agency and ownership of what we were going to learn. We really all got the opportunity to ask them questions.
Faculty are on these trips, and they're getting dirty as well, sometimes quite literally down on their hands and knees.
It was really nice to also engage with professors and other students just in a non-academic setting and continue those friendships and also academic conversations.
But the combination of formal classroom learning and the practical experience, hands-on, get dirty, put your shoulder to the wheel experience out there in the real world is the essence of what we're trying to do.
It felt like the classroom sort of never ended, like we were continuously engaging with the material. It really just sparked our curiosity to know more about the American West, different identities, different communities and experiences.
I decided to major in Earth Systems as a result of the Sophomore College. And then more recently this year I led an alternative spring break course on energy and water in California. And we were generously provided with funding from the Bill Lane Center, and it would not have happened without their support.
Last summer, I worked with the Forest Service and the Tri-County Economic Development District in Colville, Washington on the Pacific Northwest National Scenic Trail. And so I was working with 3 towns that are on the trail in northeastern Washington and helping these trails figure out what kinds of business opportunities surrounded the trail as more and more hikers came through and really saw it as a vacation destination. I was figuring out how to integrate the economic benefits that come with the trail into the community fabric. It was a fantastic experience and just taught me so much about what it means to live in the rural West, and just an experience completely different than my own growing up.
One of the programs that we've just recently started is an internship program related to agencies in Sacramento that work on energy policy.
So this summer I will be interning at the California Air Resources Board, and I'm very excited to be doing that because it's going to be building upon everything that I've been learning about.
I think in addition to investing in people, you're investing in potential solutions to pressing problems. We usually have close to a dozen students working on various research projects. Some of it is just learning how to ask a good question and collect data and analyze it. Some of it is developing new skills. It's a combination of learning how to do research and then also applying it to many of the pressing problems under the supervision of faculty.
It's been really rewarding for me to apply my research to a broader purpose, to something that I really care about.
You're learning practical skills from the center and the opportunities that are provided there, to make a real difference in the world. And I think that's what really makes the Bill Lane Center unique at Stanford, is it's very student focused.
I've learned so much that I would not have learned in my classes, and through doing this research, I've realized that I want to have a career as a data scientist. I wouldn't have come to that realization without having done research here at the Bill Lane Center.
We hope that people will go on and do research on the West and study the problems or study the science of the West.
I've never met a more welcoming bunch of people in academia than I have in the Lane Center.
Having the experience this summer really gave me the opportunity to realize what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I want to, work on these global issues, on climate change, on environmental and natural resources law in a rural community.
I feel very confident entering the workforce next year, knowing that I have both technical skills, policy skills. To say that it's defining my Stanford experience is really a gross understatement.
I owe so much to the Lane Center internship.
I'd like to think that the Lane Center is at the forefront of this kind of education, of wedding classroom instruction with fieldwork experience.
The Lane Center has been the most impactful group on Stanford's campus for my Stanford career.
Investing in Stanford students is investing in the next generation of leadership in the region and in the world.